Today's Xbox event was a good episode of Inside Xbox. It showed some trailers for interesting games and gave us a sneak peek at a few we can expect to see on the Xbox Series X. The problem wasn't the show itself, which was actually one of the better Inside Xbox episodes. The problem was the expectations Xbox themselves set for the show. Last week, when they announced this episode of Inside Xbox, they promised a first look at next-gen gameplay. Now, the first look at a brand new generation of games is always an exciting venture. The gaming community gets to see what next generation is all about and can come to understand the benefit of spending the money on buying a brand new console. This event failed miserably in this regard. There was very little gameplay shown, there were no gameplay demos, only very short trailers that either showed no gameplay at all or only small snippets that didn't emphasize the benefits of the next-gen consoles. The show itself was good, sure, great even when comparing it to other episodes, but in the context of a next-generation showcase, it did a bad job. It was a mistake to market this as a first look at next-generation gameplay. Everyone's eyes were on the show, and it ultimately led to widespread disappointment that didn't provide much reason to have interest in the next generation of consoles. As a first look at what the Xbox Series X will be capable of in terms of games, this show severely undersold the console. We have heard for many months about ray tracing, the SSD speeds, 12 teraflops, and more, and we saw none of that on display today. And as a first impression, well, let's just hope the second impression is much better. Besides poor context and poor expectation management, the messaging within the show itself also left much to be desired. Our own staff, as well as friend of the site Clobril, did a great job of providing more relevant information than the show itself did. Apparently, many of the games shown on the show are console exclusives, are launching on Game Pass, or have exciting next-generation features such as ray tracing. This information was either only briefly shown or not present at all during the episode, instead being found out online after the fact. Why didn't Xbox share more of this information on the actual episode itself? While we thought this episode was not a great way to get fans excited about the Series X, we are of course sympathetic to the COVID-19 situation that has made everything so challenging. For all we know, it might have been impossible to get proper gameplay demos from these third-party developers, and it's quite possible that this show was the best that they could do. Though even understanding the challenges, we believe Xbox could have made this show much better with just a few simple tweaks. Instead of marketing this as a true dive into next-gen, for example, they could have said that this was a collection of trailers, and they shouldn't have emphasized the word gameplay as much as they did. This tweak in presentation would have set expectations accordingly, reducing or even possibly eliminating the general consensus of disappointment. Now, I know this sounds all doom and gloom, but of course, this isn't the end of the world for Xbox, who have done a fantastic job marketing the Series X so far and have been incredibly transparent. But as a first look of what ultimately matters, the games, they did stumble. Xbox should have managed expectations much better. July is now what's next to look forward to, and the expectations will be even higher. The next event promises to unveil what their studios have been working on, and they must deliver on these expectations to ensure a successful build-up to launch. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy our content, please take a few moments to like and subscribe. As a new channel, every little bit helps. Thank you.